It's the big show. Yes, it's a big bad show tonight.
Hulk Hogan was one of the trailblazers of the 80s and 90s. Hulk Hogan was one of, if not the best performer in that era, and he was most iconic, so we're going to put him in the modern day WWE to see what the Hulkster does in the modern day era. This is going to be a base simulation, and I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the simulation of Hulk Hogan's run for a whole year in the universe mode. So we are going to go on to that simulation. So hello ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. We are looking through the card and we do not see Hulk Hogan in this show, and we're going to show you that the Hulkster is on both shows, Raw and SmackDown, at a 94 overall. So we're going to see, and Hogan also is in both world title brackets. So we're going to see what the Hulkster can do, and we're going to give off a win tally at the end of this. So we got Hogan versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So Hogan gets a victory over Shinsuke Nakamura. So we're looking, and I don't think he's on this card. Yeah, he wasn't on this card. So we're gonna go to SmackDown, see if he's on the card here. He is in the main event picture, so we don't see him there again. So we don't see him there in the main event picture. So is he in Backlash? No, he's not in Backlash. But it looks like Asuka, Gunther, Miz won the world title. Looks like Theory retained. Then we got some funny combinations for tag teams. See if he's on this card. No, he's not on this card either. So looks like the Hulkster is having a hard time here in the modern day WWE so far. So now we are going to look on SmackDown. Don't think he was on SmackDown either. So, I mean, the Hulkster's not really having a good run so far here in the modern day WWE. He has 1 win, 0 losses. And he wasn't on that Raw show either. I mean, we don't really know where Hogan is. So Hogan actually has a match against Karrion Kross. Okay, he loses that one. So he's 1-1 here in the modern day WWE. Alright, so now we're simulating to Raw to see what we got. So he's not on this show either. Let's see if he might be on SmackDown. That I think is heading to the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view, I think. And nothing there. No, it's actually Hell in a Cell, excuse me. See if he's actually on this pay-per-view. So you got Austin Theory, Damian Priest, Miz, and Rollins. No, he's not on that one either. And he's not going to be on the NXT one, so let's see what we got here. No, Hogan again. So we're going to keep looking. He doesn't have a match here either. So, I mean, it looks like the trend is just Hogan losing a match or winning a match and then just going away for like 3 or 4 weeks. So I don't really know what to say here. It looks like we got SmackDown. So no match for Hogan again. I really don't know what to say about that. No real match for Hogan again. So we got the main event again. No match for Hogan again. I mean, literally, he's at 1 loss, 1 win. So he's got a 1-1 record. Hogan again not competing. So that's kind of weird. I mean, Hogan was at, I think, the 8th rank or something like that. Like when we check. Okay, so Hogan is in a match. Looks like. So Hogan actually wins that Fatal 4-Way. So that's 2 wins, 1 loss. So let's see if Hogan is in this show. No, it looks like the trend continues. Is he in the Money in the Bank match? Maybe that was a Money in the Bank qualifier. No, he is not. Okay. I mean, Hogan's not in the main event. Okay. I don't really know what to say here. I mean, this simulation is not really going the way I thought. Okay, nobody there. Yep, nobody there. Again, no Hogan. So I really don't know what's going on. So we got no Hogan again. I don't really know what to say here. So now we're going to SmackDown. Okay, Hogan is in a tag match. And Hogan's side actually loses. So now he's 2-2. Wow. I mean, I would have never thought Hogan would actually be... I thought he would be undefeated in this sim, to be honest, because this is the prime 80s Hogan, 90s Hogan. Well, no, excuse me. I think this is the 80s Hogan. But, I mean, Hogan was a very prime dude around the 80s, 90s. No match for Hogan again. I mean, he's 2-2. Kind of seeing a little bit of a trend here. And again, I don't want to put him in any rivalries. Okay, so he's in a match with Logan Paul. Okay, he gets a win against Logan Paul, so now he's 3-2. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, this is insane. Okay, so Hogan's in a tag match with Natalya. Gets a win there, so now he's 4-2. And now going into SummerSlam, does Hogan have a match? Hogan does not have a big match. Okay. And that's pretty unique. Alright, so now we're going to... Okay, looks like he's in the main event against Otis. Okay, so he beats Otis, and now he has 5 wins and 2 losses. Now he's on... Is he on SmackDown? Okay, he is against the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Okay, he gets a win. So now he is, I believe, 6-2. And now he's not on this card. Again, maybe replicating some of the stuff that we've seen in past sims, or this past sim so far. Like he wins a few and then kind of loses momentum. Okay, so he's facing Ricochet here. He gets another win. So I believe that is 7 wins and 2 losses. So now we're going through. Okay, he's not on this show. This is pretty, I mean, let's see here. So now we're going to Raw. Okay, so he's facing Cedric Alexander. Okay, he gets a win there, so that's 8 wins, 2 losses so far. Okay, so he's in a fatal 4-way against... Okay, so that is a loss. Okay, he's not on this Clash of Castle pay-per-view, so now we're going to go to Raw. Alright, so let's see if we can see him on Raw. I don't know. So Cody Rhodes is the main event. And again, Hogan's not on Raw after taking a loss to Drew McIntyre, I believe, on SmackDown. So, Hogan versus LA Knight. Okay, actually, he faced McIntyre. He beats McIntyre. So I believe now he's 9-3. Pretty interesting stuff here. Okay, now. Okay, so he's in a feud with LA Knight, it looks like. Pretty interesting. So he gets the win against LA Knight. So I believe now he is 10-3, which isn't a bad record by no means. And no, not on that show, but he's going to be on this show because he's in a rivalry. Okay, so he gets a win against Sami Zayn. So I believe that is 11-3. Pretty interesting stuff so far. Okay, he's in a triple threat. Takes a loss. Okay. Alright, now. Oh, he's in a feud still with LA Knight. Gets a win against Sami Zayn, so that's 12-4. A 12-4 record isn't bad. But it's not necessarily good either. Okay, so he's got an... Okay, so he wins. So that's 13-4 record for Hogan. So now we're simulating to Raw. And... nothing for Hogan. Okay. Interesting. So Hogan's taking on Mansoor. Okay, he gets a win. Okay. Okay, nothing there for Hogan again. So it looks like he's in a feud with Mansoor now. Now he is in a feud. Okay, so Mansoor actually gets a win. So that's 5 losses for Hogan. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't think he's in. Yeah, he's not in the match in this card. But he is going to be in a rivalry match with Mansoor. So he gets a win against Riddick Moss. Interesting. Alright. And he's facing The Miz, the former champion. Okay, he gets a win against The Miz. So now we are looking... Okay, he's facing Mansoor again. He gets a win against Mansoor. So, I mean, he's rolling, but he's not getting what he needs in the title shot. We really want him to try to win the title, if it were so possible. So he's not in that card. But he's going to be in this card because of Mansoor. Okay, so he wasn't in that card. Okay, so now we're going to simulate to Raw. I don't see him on Raw, so he's not on Raw. I mean, it just seems like he takes losses and then, I don't know. The statistics show, I mean, he wins a lot of his matches, but I mean, let's see if he wins this one against Mansoor. So Mansoor actually picks up a victory, so that puts him, I believe, at 6 losses. Okay, so it looks like he's taking on Finn Balor. Okay, he beats Finn Balor. Okay, I mean, and I believe he's still in a feud with Mansoor, so... Okay, he takes on Mansoor here. Okay, he gets the win. Okay, so he's taking on Mansoor again for the rivalry win. Okay, he gets the win in that rivalry. So we got, I think, a few more months before he can actually win the title. He's got to win the title in this time frame where it's considered a failure experiment here. So Hogan's going to be the main event against Omos. Okay, he beats Omos. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Kind of like a David and Goliath type battle. Hogan not on SmackDown. NXT War Games doesn't matter, so he's not probably going to get a title match here. So, Okay, so he's facing Rey Mysterio. Gets a win against Rey Mysterio, too. Okay, he's facing his old rival Mansoor. Gets a win against Mansoor. So, I mean, it looks like he might rack up at least 20 victories, but he's got to win the world title for this to be a success. Okay, so he's facing Lashley. Beats Lashley, too. I think he's still in a feud with Mansoor. Yeah, he's still in a feud with Mansoor. Okay, he beats Mansoor again. So, I mean, he's getting up there in the rankings. Okay, so he's in a Fatal 4-Way. He wins the Fatal 4-Way with Edge and I believe Mysterio and somebody else. I didn't get to catch a glimpse of that, but Hogan again in a match with Mansoor. Beats Mansoor again. So now we're going to Raw. Now we're looking. Okay, he's in a Fatal 4-Way again. Loses because Rollins wins. So that's an L for Hogan again. We're up to, I believe, 8 losses for Hogan. Mansoor again gets a victory. So, yeah, no, we're actually up to 8 now. We were up to 7. But we're up to 8 now. 8 losses for Hogan. Now he's going to face Mansoor again. Okay, gets a win against Mansoor. I mean, he's got, like, I think 3 months to win the title, so now he's going to take on Brock Lesnar. Beats Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, we're getting to the point where Hogan's getting a lot of victories. So, Hogan versus Lesnar again. Beats Lesnar again. Alright, so we're going to look. Cody Rhodes. He's facing Cody Rhodes. Beats Cody Rhodes, too. I mean, he's got a lot of wins, but not the titles to show for it. Okay, he's facing Sheamus. Sheamus actually beats him. Alright, so now we're going to Raw. And I think, no, Hogan doesn't have a match. Okay, so Hogan doesn't have a match. So we're going to go to the SmackDown afterwards. Okay, so he faces Sheamus. He actually beats Sheamus, kind of a revenge match there. So we're going to the Royal Rumble. So I don't think Hogan's in a match. So I'm assuming he's in the Rumble, but it doesn't show who won the Rumble. So I'm kind of confused by that. So I might have to go look at it here. So I look all the way down through here, and of course I still have some unlockables and stuff. I didn't see anything, but if you can tell me in the comments if you guys see it, like who won what, like I'll, I just couldn't see anything of who won the Rumble, so I was kind of confused. But anyway, yeah, I was looking through and I couldn't see who won the Rumble, so I was kind of pissed off at this point. And I was sitting through here just looking. I couldn't find anything, so we looked, and I think I simulated the show. The rest of the show, we couldn't see anything, so I was kind of mad about that. So we post-simulized. We don't know who won the Rumble yet, so... But anyway, we're going to keep going. Hogan was in a match with Lashley. He beats Lashley. So, after he beats Bobby Lashley, we're going to go over to SmackDown. So he's got like 2 months to win at this point. So he's cutting it really close to win a title. So hopefully he does. If he doesn't, I'm not going to be too pissed. But I really wanted my first ever simulation to be kind of a success here. So we're going to look. He's in a feud with, it looks like maybe Happy Corbin. So, of course, he beats Corbin. When you're really doing these simulations, like if you guys want to see more of these, just please tell me. But I think I personally like this kind of style. Just kind of a little bit of therapy to me. But let's see if we got... Okay, so Hogan takes another loss, even though it was in a 6-man tag match, so he probably didn't get beat but technically he did get beat, so we're going to put an L. So we got Corbin again. So Corbin, that didn't count against Hogan because Hogan wasn't in the match. So anyway, we're going to keep simulating on. Seeing what we got here. Does Hogan have a match for SmackDown? We'll have to see here in a second. So let's see if he has a match. And yes, he does. He has one against Ivar. And he wins that one. But we're getting dangerously close to the cutoff time. Of course, WrestleMania Backlash is where we really started. So he's got to have a pay-per-view match within that time for a title. So, of course, he's facing Happy Corbin. Okay, he gets a win. But, again, wins are not what you expect here. So he's in a fatal four-way here. And he doesn't grab the win because Rollins has took like 2 wins away from him for his record. So he's getting dangerously close to WrestleMania season. Does not really have a standpoint on that. And Karrion Kross adds another loss to his record. So March doesn't have a pay-per-view, but... Okay, so he's facing Commander Aziz. Hogan beats Aziz. So now we're going to SmackDown, and he doesn't have a match. So Hogan is in a bad position here with a lot of wins racked up, but just not enough titles. So he's facing R-Truth here. Gets a victory against R-Truth. So, I mean, he's got a few weeks to actually win something big. And Lesnar takes a win from him. I guess kind of revenge for a little bit back in the episode where Lesnar kept losing to Hogan. Okay, Hogan dispatches of Dawkins. But that still doesn't mean anything because he's not in a title program. So we got Ludwig Kaiser. He beats Kaiser. Now we got Raw. Okay, he's in a tag match. Okay, so he gets the win with Tamina. So he's got a feud with... Okay, so actually he takes the loss there. Interesting. So we got WrestleMania season coming up. So we're going to go to WrestleMania season. Hope that he has something for him. So he's actually in a triple threat match that he wins. So he's getting on the right track to maybe some title gold here. So Hogan in a match with Kaiser. Gets the win against Kaiser, but he's in a feud with Kaiser for Mania potentially. And he's facing Dexter Lumis. Lumis actually beats him. Okay. So now we're going to SmackDown. He's got just almost a month to win something. So he's in a feud with Kaiser. Okay, he gets a win against Kaiser again. So at WrestleMania, what does Hogan have? Hogan doesn't even have a match on the Mania card, I don't think. Okay, so at this point, Hogan has a lot of matches that he has won and little losses, but no titles to show for it. So he's got Dexter Lumis again, beats Dexter Lumis, but he's still in that feud with Kaiser, so he's probably going to go into Backlash with Kaiser. And Boogs actually gets a win against Hogan. Okay. So Hogan just kind of seems like your non-main event superstar despite being in the main event, which is kind of confusing. Man, I guess we'll go for it. So you got Raquel, and Hogan's not on the card. So he's got exactly 1 month or like 2 weeks to win something here. And I just don't foresee it happening. So we got Braun Strowman versus him. He gets a win against Braun. Simulating to SmackDown. Okay, Hogan's in a match. Hogan doesn't get the win, though. He's got to get them crucial wins. And, of course, he's taking on Dawkins. Okay, so he beats Dawkins. So, Hogan wins another match. But it doesn't matter because Backlash is coming. And this is coming to an end here. If Hogan doesn't have a title match, he has went without a title the entire time. That is pretty impressive if you say so myself. And I will show you, like right now, that Hogan literally was in the WWE for a year and didn't do that much. I mean, this one shows like how he was champion and stuff, but that's not the point. I mean, like in this save, he didn't even have a title shot, and he was ranked number 1. So I don't know what happened there, but it just did not work out. So Cedric Alexander, WWE champion, Damian Priest, United States tag team, Usos, Damage Control, and Bianca, and then SmackDown, Roman, Sheamus, Usos, Sonya, and Damage Control. Okay, so I mean, the titles did change hands, but it just did not do enough. So with that being said, Hulk Hogan went 48-17, and his record in the WWE for 1 year did not get any accomplishments, but he had 48 wins, 17 losses, and I don't really know what to really say about that. I mean, that was that just messed me up. I don't know what happened here, but I'm going to actually consider this experiment a fail. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Peace out, guys.